I really hope that by the time I reach the end of this story, my heart will be so full that it just explodes. I want my heart to be so full of love and happiness, all of these like bubbly, squealy feelings that it just like Hello everybody, my name is Savette. I am going to be talking about a very special story today. I didn't really plan on talking about a lot of BL on my channel, but this story really got to me. So I was like, nah, we can't make no TikToks. We gotta make like a full-blown video because it's just so great. I am going to be using natural lighting, so if the lighting changes throughout the video like it does in all my videos, I apologize. It's something I'm working on. The name of this story is Love So Pure, and I probably should have looked up who made the story because I'm going to be referring to this person as the creator. Plan B. Like the pill? That's funny. Or maybe it's not funny. I didn't drop my pencil. Okay, so let's get started. Love So Pure has one of the most brilliant couple dynamics that I've seen in Manhwa BL. I had on my TikTok that I had started Love Is So Pure a while back. Most of my TikTok was just drooling about Johan because goddamn man is a fine specimen.
I'm about to lose my freaking mind. I can't do this. It's too much. It's too much. I'm tired. I'm tired of being envious of all of these people. Of all of these fictional people. When will it be my turn? That's what I want to know. When will it be my turn?
A couple days later, I actually decided to pick the story back up. Oh my god. Little did I know that the second couple would end up being my favorite couple of the whole story. Like, the second couple blows the first couple out of the water. The first couple was fine. We got a lot of sexy moments out of it. Then I saw Yosef and I was like, oh my god, it's a double package. These two brothers are beautiful. As the story progressed, I saw Daeshik poking around Yosef, kind of popping up here and there, being at his place, and I was like, wait a second, are they like a thing? And then when season 2 began and I saw Daeshik talking about his research that he's been doing on LGBT plus issues and how he wanted to figure out his sexuality, I was like, yes! Oh my god, there's a second story! I'm so happy I went into the story just not knowing. I just thought Daeshik was like a amusing character. That is my favorite character. He's so amusing. He's so cool. I love everything about him. Bam, he gets his own story. That's the best thing I could have asked for as a reader, which is why this whole video is gonna be about him and his story, because he deserved a story. Let me tell you guys, these two had me cracking up the entire story, laughing, screaming, squealing at my screen. My heart was beating and everything. I just loved everything about their dynamic, their banter. I was feeling all the emotions, okay? Looking at their personalities before, I was trying to picture in my head how their dynamic would be romantically, and I couldn't come up with anything because Yosef was just so serious. And because Plan B is a great writer, it worked. As they started to get close, I could see the vision, and I can see it so clearly. So let's get started with the star of this story, okay? To me, he is the star of the entire story, and that is Daeshik. Daeshik is such a brilliant character. He already had me cracking up when he was wearing the rainbow stuff, and people would be like, I see that your style has changed, and he'd be like, thanks for noticing. Hilarious. Love the confidence. I feel like Daeshik as a character just has so much life. And at first I was like, oh man, it kind of sucks that he's just a side character, being he was, to me, one of the most interesting characters in the story, even when it was just the first couple. But here are two specific things that I love about Daeshik's character the most. The first thing is his thirst for knowledge is not pretentious, it's genuine. He didn't know something about the LGBT plus community, so he went and he learned everything that he could learn about this. And then he went to apologize, not because he didn't want to seem stupid, but because he genuinely thought that he hurt Yosef's feelings. This was before he even liked Yosef romantically or had discovered that he liked Yosef in that type of way. He was like, no, I am not some ignorant person who just hurts people with my words. I'm going to apologize, and then we're gonna go to Pride together. That is Daeshik's character, and I love him for that. Oh my god, it is so refreshing to see a character who loves the idea of gaining knowledge, but it's not coming from a place of pretentiousness. Not pretentiousness, not being scared that people were gonna find you stupid. Literally just, I didn't know that, I'm sorry. I love him. I love him so much. That is baby boy. Which brings me into my second reason that I love Daeshik's character. Him being a logical person who is always in his head, who is always trying to use his head, does not stop him from expressing his emotions. We see Daeshik being in his head frequently, but is he scared to show the things that are coming out of his heart? No. And I find that balance in him as a character so beautiful. Like, because Plan B put these two qualities in Daeshik, she was able to turn this character into a more fleshed out type of character. Like, there are so many pitfalls that I see with characters like Daeshik who have the smart, top of the class, never thought about dating, that type of archetype, and Daeshik's character trumps all of that. He feels very dynamic. He doesn't feel like just some stale nerd. He's not ashamed to cry, and he's not ashamed to admit that his feelings go beyond what his mind understands. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about his character, and that's what shows that his character is well written. And it's so genuine, and I think this makes him a fantastic partner for Yosef. Now, you would think I would be done, but we're not done yet. We're gonna move on to what makes Daeshik a good partner. This is going to be reflective of one of the qualities that I mentioned earlier, but he speaks his feelings honestly. He is so open and so direct. It's really nice to have a character that is in their head a lot, because trust me, Daeshik is in his head a lot frequently. But it's really cool to have a character who is in their head a lot, but at the same time gets these things out of his head so the people around him can understand what he's doing in his head. Yosef doesn't have to try and guess Daeshik's feelings. He doesn't have to try and guess what Daeshik is thinking, because Daeshik just says what he's thinking. And he speaks with such sincereness, such forwardness, wearing his heart on his sleeve, yes, but in a manner that still uses some semblance of common sense. He's not going around spewing things from the mouth to get himself or other people in trouble. He has loads of common sense. Seriously, the whole time I was reading, I was like, damn, Yosef didn't even stand a chance. How could you not possibly fall in love with someone that amazing? Someone where you don't even have to guess how they feel about you. Someone who speaks their mind, but is also smart enough to know what you want to say without you always needing to say it. Now, even though there are some areas that Yosef could work on when it comes to communication, because Daeshik is the way he is, and because Yosef is the way he is, this actually makes them a perfect match. You have somebody who is always constantly reaching out and assuring the other, and you have the other slowly blossoming and improving. And oh, let me not even get started on the improvement. I always thought Yosef was physically attractive, but in the presence of Daeshik, you see him transform into an even fuller, more sexier character. I tend to like the puppy dog personality type dudes, and it's kind of cool. You get to see Yosef lean into these sides of himself that you did not see previously. It's very touching to see how safe Yosef feels in Daeshik's presence, to where he can let himself go and release these more adorable, vulnerable sides of himself that we had not previously seen during the first couple's story. Now I look at both Yosef and his younger brother like, damn, those are two different versions of my type right there, okay? They both have some very similar qualities when it comes to how they express themselves when they feel safe with their partner. If you can't be adorable and cute in front of your partner and even emphasize it a little bit more than usual, like, are you really safe? And The fact that Daeshik was so doting on him, he would be like, oh, you're just a big softie, you're so cute. He was filling him with these positive affirmations, contrary to how people actually see Yosef. Like when he was in the store and they were shopping and he was just like, wow, you must like fashion. And Yosef was like, I do. Screaming at my screen, hitting my screen, shaking my screen, because my computer's my laptop's a little broken, so it kind of makes this sound when you shake it, like a creaking chair. Daeshik's character just shines so brightly. 100% great partner. Anyways, that's what made this dynamic more interesting. Seeing Daeshik unravel Yosef's true self. This cold guy has so many layers to him as a character, and this nerd with a lot of emotional intelligence is able to see past that hard exterior, and not even just see past the hard exterior. Yosef is changing through this relationship. I enjoy watching him speak more, watching him blush more, show more of his emotional side that was already there this whole time. Yosef has never been a dishonest person. He's just always kept quiet. So when he does admit stuff or actually speak his feelings, I'm a screaming, hitting my computer screen mess, okay? Because this is growth in a display of love and trust, vulnerability, and we love to see it. I love to see it. I love this couple so much. This actually is probably my favorite couple in Manhwa right now. I can't think of any couple. Okay, I have another couple in mind, but they're not as well written. So I would say as far as well writtenness and compatibility and being thoroughly fleshed out as characters, Plan B did a really good job. I can't think of any that I'ma love this much, okay? This creator managed to not only make these characters interesting as a couple, but also interesting as individuals. I'm curious about Yosef's past. I'm curious about what Daeshik will say or do next, and the way they come together and the moments when they're together. I look forward to that as well. I love that Daeshik's forwardness doesn't bother Yosef at all. Yosef actually finds these parts of Daeshik endearing and entertaining. I could go on and on because I have even more things that I love about their couple dynamic. I love how both of them instinctively spoil one another. When Yosef was shopping for Daeshik, I really thought that Daeshik would be like, oh no, it's okay, you don't have to do any of that for me. But no, even when Daeshik found out that Yosef wasn't exactly spending his own money and the money was being borrowed from someone else, he still accepted being pampered. In every way that Yosef is able to take care of Daeshik right now, he's accepting it. And these aren't really a bad thing because he understood that Yosef wanted to do these things for him. What Daeshik wanted to focus on was the bigger picture, which was getting Yosef out of that lifestyle to begin with. He's so committed to changing the course of Yosef's life because he knows that Yosef deserves a second chance. The way Yosef gives other people second chances with their lives. I love this story so much. Love it with all my heart. When they said love so pure, they meant Daeshik. That's what Plan B meant when they said love so pure. They were like Daeshik's love for Yosef. The first couple was cute, okay? But this couple shakes me to my core. Their dynamic is so brilliantly written. Nobody put any spoilers in the comment section because the story's done, but I haven't finished it yet. I have like about a good 20 chapters to go. I'm rooting for Daeshik's love and his happiness. I want him to get his happily ever after. So we'll see what happens, but I really hope that by the time I reach the end of this story, my heart will be so full that it just explodes. And then I hope that they could turn this story into physical copies so I can buy it. Because I've been waiting forever for stories that I read a long time ago, like Blood Bank. Loverboy still doesn't have any physical English copies. And then I gotta add this one to the list. This right here is peak romance. It is one of my favorite couples in BL. And if you've made it this far, please like the video. If you've read this story without any spoilers, please let me know what you think about this couple in the comment section. If you've been sitting here and you haven't read this story, you should still read it and see what I'm talking about. Some people like to watch these videos and like not actually read the story. Some people just watch these videos for storytelling purposes. So if you're that, I think it's worth the read. It's very beautiful for the second couple alone. My name is Savette and I am done. I've always wanted to like dab with these gloves. Like I know that's like a, what is that, a Gen Z thing? Is dapping a Gen Z thing or a millennial thing? Crap. Ow! I'm getting old, my bones.